My name is Ojaswi Phadke. I am co-author of this paper, the Gurukul system. Actually, it was written by Ojaswi who will be present here. So, the Gurukul system itself, actually, when you say Gurukul, it is a kula, that is a family line of the gurus. Okay? And there you are, the student himself gets introduced and he is a part of that kula itself. Okay. Now, why is it important at this moment? I am a ICTAAS lecturer. Like, I give lectures on Indian knowledge system that was introduced in our NEP 2020. So, like here, what we are doing is in ICTAAS, like throughout your bachelor's degrees, we are introducing different subjects from our ancient culture, ancient literature into the mainstream. So, when I am teaching all these, or even when we are introducing all these subjects into the main academia, like I have been teaching in different engineering college in Pune itself, where like ICTAAS has been introduced. So, there the academics themselves are reluctant to even get this subject inside, and the response is very like for as a enthusiast of ICTAAS, I am very none. So as a part of this particular whole of the system that is there, that has been introduced by NEP into the main academia, the main thing we find is opposition, okay, to this particular subject being introduced into the academia itself, and on top of that, they are taking it as a subject which has been put in their syllabus, just like environmental science, conserving environment, conserving climate is important. So what they are doing is they are just considering this as a subject, okay, which has to be taught because it is made compulsory by the government. But when you say that, and when we are introducing such subject, like we are teaching different aspects of Indian knowledge systems, like temple architecture. Okay, so in a civil engineering college, don't mind my coffee. It's just today's. So. No, actually, it started today. No, so yeah. So what I was saying is, when I go to engineering college and we teach the part of architecture in that, or if I go to a commerce college and if I teach Shastras, some context related subjects there, it is taught from the colonial perspective. Okay, so we don't want that. Like I myself find that it is kind of very doing injustice to the scriptures like Arthashastra itself, to the architectural literature like Manasar or Samarankar, like that, because they are, when you see this literature as a whole, it is very holistic. Okay, it starts right from the so it starts right from the origin of the world, and then they go on explaining. Like ma'am mentioned about Vastu Purusha, when they were the temple that was relocated. So selecting of the temple, then testing of the soil through fire and all those fire elements. Then the ingemination. All those things that are there in your different books like Manasar, Samarankar, and all that, they are not there. They are not. We can't include those in ICTAAS. Okay, that's why Gurukul system. When you say, so what we are suggesting here is, instead of introducing ICTAAS as a subject, as a 5th or 6th or 7th subject inside our academia, why don't we have a hybrid model? Okay, so where we have your regular academic flow, and then you have a thing like, for lack of better words, a summer camp where people, where the students will like, do you mind without the slides? Yeah, okay. So, when we say Gurukula system, okay, when we have traditional Gurukul systems that have been given, that have been mentioned in different scriptures, right from the Vedas till your, whatever Buddhist or any other literature that is there in our whole of the literature, like whole of the corpus, Sanskrit corpus, you will find that there are different descriptions. Even in Mahabharata, okay, when you say, when Shri Krishna also came out of the Gurukul, his whole life there, he acquired 14 Vidya and 64 Kala. Okay, so he acquired different disciplines there and he acquired different skills there. Okay, so such Gurukuls have been now, taking root in certain parts of India. Like, for example, I'll tell you about a very interesting Gurukul system that is there in Bangalore, and it is called as Vidya Kshetra. Okay, there they are actually teaching, very traditional Gurukul way of introducing subject. And like when a girl, I had a talk with one of the girls. So when she passed out, she's 18 years old right now. Okay, and she is she is planning to set up her own textile plant at the age of 18. Okay, at the age of 18, I was 12 in 12th standard, and my mother didn't allow me to go from Pune to Mumbai by myself. Right? So this is the difference. Okay, they are like, when you say if we introduce Gurukula system where such academic flow is not there, still students are coming out of such institutes with a very good plan in their mind. Okay, when I step out of 12, I am thinking like whether I should go for engineering because I have better marks, or whether I should think about giving an entrance for medical exam. Okay, two extreme ends. But this is how our academics is today. Okay, but still, when these students are introduced in such Gurukul systems, what my point is here, what my point here is, see, when you say, the traditional Ved Pathshalas that are there, okay, where, people question, when students step out of such Gurukul system, okay, what is their future, okay, what will they earn, okay, even, see, in spite of all these questions that have been raised in society as a whole, such Gurukul systems are producing, well-equipped, well-skilled people who are only 18 years old. Okay, so when you say this, so if we introduce such, see, if we disrupt the whole thing, like stop the academia as a whole, and start Gurukul, from day one, it won't be, it will be very destructive. That's why we are coming up with the hybrid model, where the society as a whole will be introduced to such Gurukul systems, and then they will also be, they'll also get an exposure. The students as well as the parents, okay, who are more concerned about the, what will happen next. So for them it is actually a very, very beautiful perspective that even if, you don't have science and you don't have physics or you don't have chemistry, still my child or the student who is passing out will have a very good career. See, when I say about textiles, such, there are many other examples also from these institutes. Like one of the students who is passing out, she is, she says at age of 16, she's saying, I am very well versed in grammar, like English grammar, okay, and I am also very, very skilled in Bharatanatyam. So I am choosing. So she's going to take 2 more years, and then she's going to finalize that. Okay. So such things are happening. So why not we introduce such systems into the academia itself, where instead of teaching, the subjects that are like physics from ancient literature, chemistry from ancient literature, or architecture from ancient literature, or even literature from ancient literature, like grammar or all those things from Western perspective, or still there is a colonial hangover because we are just repackaging it and showing it in a colonial way instead of bringing it in a very full glory that can be done. Okay, so now when you have Gurukul system, you have Gurukula. Okay, so you have a very good hierarchy there. Guru is actually when everybody knows the prayer Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, right? Okay, so when you say Guru, that means he's a spiritual Guru. Okay, then you have the Acharyas, then you have Upadhyayas. That's why I am saying it is hierarchy, where Upadhyayas will teach you how, help you with the memorization of the literature that is there. Any literature that is there, which is helpful for that particular student. If a particular student is good in Sthapatya, that is architecture, then he will learn the scriptures related to architecture. So Upadhyaya will teach him just the memorization of the scriptures. Then you have Acharyas who will explain the concept that is there in the literature. Okay, and then you have Guru who is also going to guide and who is also going to help the student decide as to which faculty or which department or which subject the student can perceive from his observation of that particular student. Okay, so when you have Upadhyaya, where he is teaching you the memorization of all the scriptures that is there. For example, Manasa of architecture. Okay, in that you have chapters like explaining the framework of your a frame, like how to build a frame in your temples or any any structure that is there. Okay, so it is in a very rhythmic form, which is bound in chandas. Okay, that is in metric form. So he just has to start with from the starting word. Then he can always recall the content that is there by just because of the memorization, which is done by the Upadhyaya. And yeah. So what I'm trying to say is the point here is you have the title itself is the Gurukul system. When you say system, you have hierarchy, you have categories, you have a very systematic way of giving education to the people, to the students. The monuments where, the place where we are today, the temples that we see there, okay, is a result of the education of the students who have learned in such Gurukul systems in traditional way. Right? So I urge you all to step up and for NEP they have different sites and they have the feedback system also in their on the site. So I urge you all to